Well, hey there, this is Jerry, and I'm going to get started on another episode of What's Broke Today. And today, we're going to fix our shifter on the steering column where it's loose. Now, I've got this Dorman kit, which I don't know what years this fits, but just called the steering shift tube, and it's all sealed up in the bag, so let's open her up. And what we've got here is actually the tube itself, and then the piece that goes down in the bottom that disengages our the lock, wherever you put it in park, neutral, drive, and all that. So we're going to get started on getting this installed, and to begin that out, let me get repositioned. Okay, the next step in doing this is getting up here and where the shift cable hooks, because this is the shift cable here, hooks this bracket. I've got to pop that off, and I'm going to do that off camera. And then we get in here, and there's supposed to be 2 screws, or maybe 3, coming up through the bottom, and of course I'm missing 2 of them, so I'll have to go hunt down something to put back in their place. But alright, get that down out of the way, and I just got to find 2 more screws that look like that one. And then next thing I'm going to do is up here on the bottom of the column, there's a little hole in the bottom where the key goes. I'm just going to turn this so I can push that in, and I can get this out, and then see if I can put it back in just far enough to shut the truck off, and then pull it. I might have pushed in too far. Might be able to take one of these keys and reach in there. I just want to shut the truck down so it's not, battery's not trying to run. And then up here under the dash, and loosen the nuts that support the steering column. That went off, and then I'm doing this with the seat still out because it gives me more room, but there's 4 that support the column, 2 that you get right up through here, and 2 that are back on the bottom side of this brace. I'm just going to drop that down for now. And then we can pull this top plastic up off and get it out of the way. Whew. Boy, is it muggy today. All right. Pull that up. See how things all floppy. But shine down in here, and I'm going to have to take off Torques here and here. This we don't really. I'll unplug this because this is our connector, is our overdrive switch, and then I've got the 2 way down here, and then right there and right there. I'm going to undo all of that, which will probably have room for the camera, and then we'll pull that shift tube out. And pulling those out, I'm just going to use my 1/4 inch cordless ratchet with a T30 Torx bit in it. And basically just reach up here and then I reach down there and loosen all these screws up. I got my light down in there and it's in the way. So that's what I'm. All right. Well, I got it all apart. Pulled this out. One thing I did forget to mention, there's 2 more of those T30 Torxes going into this, holding it onto the bottom of the shaft. They got to come out. And then when you get it loose, you can take these 2 brackets that go over that the tube rotates on, pull these out, and then the other one that I took the screws out of is the one that has a lock, so it keeps it in park. I just raise it up because I usually don't want to take it all the way out. The only thing that got me worried is the piece that goes in here that's for the, you know, like when you pull the lever and you shift it, this is a piece that locks into the column. So you got, you know, so you're in park, you always have to pull it and then bring her down. Well, that's gone. So I got to figure that out. Okay. I was looking at missing this piece, and I remembered, just I guess luck of the draw, that when I was cleaning out the truck, this was in the little plastic boxes behind the seat, and then the spring that goes in the bottom here was also missing. I went and borrowed this out of another steering column, and this is for I think it goes in a 96, 97 F350, and then also grabbed the little pin, and then taking this apart, which that was loose because this should not come out just by pushing on it with my fingers. I just want to pull that out of there, and then very carefully wiggle this and pull out our shift lever, and then that gets us down to basically what we had here. Which that looks the same, other than everything, the stuff's not wore out. And then we've got our center deal, which I'll probably grease this thing up a little bit, and then see, like this piece down here is supposed to go through there. And that fits good. Alright. So yeah, that looks good. So let me get some grease, and then we'll go start reassembly of this. I'll just grab some grease and lube up the outside of this thing. Go up inside of there. That all looks good. Line that up. Let's put a little grease on this. I'm going to go up inside of there. This pin. Oh. Hammer. I gotta find a hard surface to hit this on. And about that plate. That looks good. That's just a guy I've worked on his mower before. Alright, I'm going to put some grease on here.
this. Goes in there like so. Alright. Yeah, and then see, that's when you pull the steering column, the spring is what always pushes that back up. So that might be a challenge putting that back through there, but that all looks good. And I'm going to peel these off and put a little bit of grease around here. Which I got to thinking, I might not have the camera up high enough. That you might, I'll have to go back and make sure you saw everything, but yeah, where these bushings goes, I'm just going to take and put just a little bit of grease around there. Snap those back around, and then that looks good. Alright, so cap on there and take our spring. Let's head back to the truck. And now I got everything ready to go back in. This may not go back in as easy as it came out since it didn't have that one piece in there. Well, we're gonna see. Because yeah, that one bracket, I get my hand up through there. Be able to get down through it. And big hands don't fit up in there very well. Okay, got that through there. Okay. Once I get all that set in place, I'm going to start out here and put this top collar, lay it up across there and start the bolts in it. And then we'll take our second collar, go farther down, set it in its spot, and start its bolts. While I was fiddling with this, the column kind of shifted to the passenger side, so and we'll go down and get the bracket that the detent pin goes up against. Reach up through there and get that started. Oh. That's interesting. Somebody has been in here because There's another one of those horseshoe clips that goes over the top of that just fell out. And that might explain my extra bolt that I found. Kinda not sure. Okay, let me see if I can tighten up a couple of these. Okay, there's one. I just can't get in on the second one. I'm going to have to go get a hand ratchet. Ideal thing would be is it took the column clear out, but I didn't want to unhook all the wires and everything. Oh yeah, looks like I did a good job with my cordless. Oh yeah. Okay. And we'll plug back in our that connector, and I'm gonna go get a drink. Then we can go over the top of that, back around, that in there. Okay. Get that rear one on there. Hey, I looked under the dash and look what's laying underneath there, that spring I was missing. And then we can take and turn the key back on and put our there we go. Okay, well, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I got the camera magnet to the part of the dash. I'm going to come around here. There's the spring that goes up in for the shifter part. Everything in place, or somewhat in place. Let's see, start the, I put thread lock on the holes for the screws, and Get the first one started. Okay. Goes the phone again. Getting close to the weekend. Everybody wants it yesterday. Okay. Then once I get that done, then I'm just going to grab my shift cable and snap it back on there, which at this angle doesn't work real well. Okay, and now with that in there, the only thing that doesn't work and is already broke, I never thought to see if I could find a good one at the salvage yard, was the cable for the shifter that shows the indicator up on the dash, because it's broke. I might get creative, see if there's some way I can actually fix it, but yeah, the little loop that goes on the end of it's gone. You know, if I had that, it would. You know, I don't know if I can crimp a something on the end of it to hook to the, because what it hooks to is that little which, because here's the cable right here, and then this little ear on that piece I just bolted on is what the cable hooks to. So I might see if I can figure something out there. I'd show you. I used a piece of a wire terminal thing, or it was a ring terminal, and fixed the shift indicator thing, or needle. So that way it works like it should. That looks good. Well, I hope you found this video on replacing that shift tube helpful and fixing the that indicator the way I did. What I did was just cut the ring terminal off, folded that red cable over, stuck it over the end, got it down where it originally was crimped, and crimped it back together, because it apparently that got pulled apart, not just, I thought it broke the cable, but it was all there. So, but hey, I appreciate you watching. That always like those thumbs up for the likes. Thanks for all those comments, and appreciate all my subscribers to my channel. And if you're not a subscriber, better join on in, because I'll tell them what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thanks.